In forward defense, Boris Johnson launched an attack on the opposition leader that caused unease even in the Conservative ranks. After Labour leader Starmer was harassed by demonstrators in front of Parliament, the Prime Minister is under additional pressure, and not only because of Partygate. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has now been accused of poisoning the island's political climate after making false claims about opposition leader Keir Starmer. The reason for the criticism is an incident in front of Parliament in which Labour leader Starmer was harassed by demonstrators. You might have seen my video on that one. Among other things, there were shouts of abuse that he had protected paedophiles. And finally, the police had to take the opposition leader to safety from the angry mob. Starmer was herded into a squad car which drove away with its lights flashing then. 2 protesters were arrested in Monday's incident. Observers promptly saw a connection to a verbal attack by Johnson in the House of Commons last week. He had claimed that Starmer, as you might have heard here as well, as chief prosecutor of a law enforcement agency between 2008 and 2013, failed to take action against Jimmy Savile, which is nonsense. Savile was a popular children's show host who was exposed as a pedophile after his death in 2011. According to a later report, he had sexually abused hundreds of children. However, a 2013 report revealed that Starmer was not involved in decisions about a possible prosecution of Savile at the time. The Prime Minister's blow to his political opponent drew widespread criticism, and even his closest confidant Munira Mirza took this as an opportunity to resign last week. And Labour MP Rosanna Allen Khan accused Johnson of denigrating any person or group who stands in his way out of sheer self-interest. He uses a tactic that comes straight out of the former US President Donald Trump's bag of tricks. Johnson called Starmer's harassment absolutely disgraceful, but declined to take responsibility, well, as usual. On Tuesday, he declined to retract his false claim about the Labour leader. His aide Chris Phillips, Secretary of State for Technology and the Digital Economy, argued that Johnson was not responsible for the protesters' behavior. You're not responsible, my ass. They mentioned Jimmy Savile, but also repeatedly Julian Assange, the corona pandemic, and the opposition in general, Phillips said. The Prime Minister's statements could not be used as a reason for this. Labour MP Kim Leadbeater said that while protesters are responsible for their actions, it is not happening in a vacuum. One must be aware that a culture of poison, aggression and lies in politics has consequences, Leadbeater told the BBC. Her sister, Labour MP Jo Cox, was shot, stabbed and fatally injured by a right-wing extremist in the run-up to the Brexit referendum in 2016, and I hope we all still remember that. The Starmer incident has also fueled dissatisfaction with Johnson among his own Conservative ranks. His power has been severely shaken by public outrage over revelations of office parties and other celebrations at his official residence during the 2020 and 2021 lockdowns. A preliminary investigative report on the Partygate affair attested to the government's leadership failure and poor judgment. Johnson apologized in Parliament and vowed to get better, but ruled out resigning. With the Tories, however, the Prime Minister, who gave his party a solid parliamentary majority more than 2 years ago, the party is beginning to move away. Some Conservative MPs are now considering joining calls for a no-confidence vote in Johnson. According to the party rules, such a vote would take place if 54 MPs submit corresponding petitions. Should Johnson lose the no-confidence vote, he would be replaced as party leader and Prime Minister. And that his words are not necessarily having something to do with this, I just want to remind everyone of January 6th, 2021 and Trump's speech that incited the whole thing. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.